Hello, welcome to PÖFF TV, our channel where we introduce filmmakers and their films. And today we have here quite exceptional, once again exceptional, I use this word, but he is a filmmaker called Samuel Abrahams, who is presenting his debut feature film at the first feature competition, Lady. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for coming. So let's start a little bit. People who don't know what Lady is, how would you describe it with one word? First of all,
Eccentric.
eccentric. But if we go a bit more, what is the film about?
Can I have more than one word? Or
Now you can have. Now you can actually make a sentence also.
Maybe a sentence. So in a sentence, it would be, I guess, ultimately about our desire to feel seen and heard, and I think it explores many other things: grief, loneliness. But I think it's about this a very contemporary thing of wanting or placing a lot of value in the feeling of being seen by others.
How did the story come to you?
So the original idea came from I was lost down a rabbit hole on YouTube and stumbled across the first ever video post of someone who was clearly aspiring to be an influencer, but had never seen an influencer's video before, or had never maybe seen anything before. Every decision she made was completely off, like the song choices, the subject matter, just the content of it. It was just all odd.
Yeah.
And immediately I was hooked in. This is so charming. Who is this person? And I think also just really subscribed right away. I want to see more of this. So saw every new video that she posted every day. Relentless enthusiasm. And I was kind of hooked by it and thinking like, okay, why am I so kind of drawn to this? I mean, the audience was small. Maybe there were like 3 views for each video, but I was one of them. Yeah. And thinking, there's something here that I'm also relating to, which is that she just wants to make stuff and put it out in the world and for people to see it. And that would this fill some void? And I can relate to that as a filmmaker who wants to make stuff and put it out there. Obviously, I'm more comfortable hiding behind the camera than putting myself out there. But that's kind of where the original idea of the character came from.
Is the character today a bigger influencer, or is she kind of stopped there?
No comment.
Okay. I would very much like to see the inspiration of behind Lady. But Lady Isabella, played by Sian Clifford, how did this come? What made you select, first of all, her?
Well, I mean, everyone's seen Sian in Fleabag and knows how damn funny she is. And just an incredible actor. And when the script was finished, I think, working closely with our casting director, we're just putting names out there. And when Sian's name came up, everyone was like, oh, that would be exciting. And so, I mean, you never know with these things, but you sent the script out, and she read it, and she came back. She was like, this is a dream project. We just had a great chat. We really hit it off creatively. I think she just sort of got it. She got the tone of it. She got the character. And we were both, she was a brilliant collaborator for the film. And just.
But when you were developing the character, what did you want the audience to feel, or what was her mission for the audiences to feel? Was it empathy, discomfort, humor?
Well, I suppose all of those things. I think, like, just in life, things are so complicated, aren't they? And they're never really one thing. So I think sort of understanding that, okay, well, this is an incredibly bombastic, big, larger-than-life character, but that means underneath there needs to be these kind of levels of vulnerability that we need to sort of unravel as the film goes. I mean, we had all those kind of conversations and just understanding that for something to be so, I mean, Sian's ability to sort of find the humour in something was a perfect fit for the film, but also that stuff's only really funny if beneath it you're sensing that sort of the tragedy or the vulnerability.
There's a question I want to ask, but I can't. Wait, then I would spoil.
More afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
I was thinking from right now. I was like, came a question, so I'll go to another one. Let's talk about the location. The location is like a character itself.
Huge character.
And
in the movie.
like the production design. How did that come together?
So I think when we started working on this idea of the character who just wanted the world to see her, thinking that this would bring her happiness. Make her feel less alone. We then started thinking, like, okay, well, where do we place this character? The original inspiration was a kind of middle class, and that could have been an interesting way to go. I just was thinking, okay, well, we're making a movie. Let's make this more visually intriguing, and what kind of environment would be the perfect place to have her sort of trapped in. And a beautiful, like glorious, big, stately home felt like just a really lonely place for her that could still be filled with beautiful things and rich colours and textures that are all, from her character's perspective, like distracting her from the loneliness and the darkness within. So it came about initially just as this kind of character from the character, and then finding Somerleyton Hall, which plays the Ravenhide Hall in the movie, it was the perfect fit for her character, and gave us this just an amazing sort of playground for Isabella and Sam to, clash and become friends. And
I really hope that the audience. I know that the audience has found it because actually the screening is sold out and was sold out quite quickly.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
Yeah. What are your what is your one more question I always want to ask is the references. What is kind of your inspiration usually been instead of in addition to YouTube?
Well, it's not normally YouTube, but no, I suppose it is. It can be anything really, can it? But I think maybe starting with film side of things. I suppose there's Harold and Maude is a kind of good example for me of this kind of odd couple, two characters that are very different and sort of clashing, but unlocking certain aspects of their characters for each other, and like tonally, there's stuff in there that's what I absolutely love. So that's a film I would say I've looked to a lot during the prep of this movie. I also really love the kind of, I think when coming up with this idea of her becoming invisible, and it's sort of, having this sort of loss of her sense of self, and it actually manifesting as her turning invisible. I was looking a lot to those kind of like high concept 90s movies, comedies that I grew up on, like Bill Murray getting trapped in Groundhog Day in a loop, living the same day over and over, or Jim Carrey Can't Lie in Liar Liar, or being John Malkovich, people climbing inside of his head. And I loved those kind of big, surreal, high concept movies, and thought that would be quite fun to take something like that and put it in to our little movie. I could keep going on with the kind of references of things.
No, it's nice because at the same time it's very original. I mean, when we watched the film, it was kind of like one person saw it, then it was like, I think I saw something really special, and then we watched it all, and it was like immediate kind of like email exchange of like, let's try to get this film, whatever it takes to get the film.
That's very lovely to hear.
What are your next plans?
So Miranda and I wrote the movie with Miranda, and we've already started working on the next one, which is very exciting, and it's good, I'd say, a development of the tone, the kind of voice of this film. But I can't say much more than that.
But is it also mockumentary?
No, I think that was a kind of form that suited, that was a great into this story.
Mhm.
I mean, I could talk for ages about references in that space as well, but I think the mockumentary thing was just a way in for a character who wanted the world to see her. It was like, well, she could invite a director into the house to document her every move. So it's, I'm not sort of wedded to genre or form like that. I think it's more of a tone thing that I think the next thing would be developing.
Would you be also doing series? What about?
I'm very open to what might come next. I think in terms of the structure of a movie more than I do, I would say, episodic television. But I watch a lot of it, so.
Well, before we dive fully into the future, let's be in the present, and let's have the international premiere of Lady here in Tallinn Black Nights Film Festival. Thank you, Samuel, for presenting and bringing it to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.